Hello, I am Sam the Statman, coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 greatest World Series rivalries of all time. This basically means what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking at two teams who have played each other in the World Series multiple times and have created iconic moments or iconic games. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. First, let's look at one honorable mention, the Detroit Tigers versus the St. Louis Cardinals. They played each other 3 times. But they're not as good as some of the other rivalries on this list. And I'll start the list. Number 5 is the Detroit Tigers versus the Chicago Cubs. They have played each other 4 times. In 1907 and 1908, they played each other in 2 years in a row, and the Cubs won both of those World Series. Then in 1935, the Tigers won, defeating the Cubs. And in 1945, the Tigers won again and started the curse of the Billy Goat, which was, I think, like the Chicago Cubs wouldn't let someone bring their Billy Goat, I think, into like the stadium, and he said they're gonna lose and they're never gonna win again. And yeah, that started the drought where they didn't win. They didn't even make it to the World Series actually until 2016 when they finally did win it again. But that is a cool fact. Good rivalry, not the best, but a pretty good one in terms of World Series history. Number 4 is the Red Sox versus the Cardinals. They have also played each other 4 times in the World Series. In 1946, the Cardinals won, and it was actually a matchup of the 2 league MVPs. In the NL, Stan Musial was the MVP, and he played for the Cardinals. And in the AL, Ted Williams was the MVP, and he played for the Red Sox. It was a good series. Cardinals won, like I said. In 1967, the second time they played, the Cardinals also won in a 7-game series. However, in 2004, the Red Sox broke the curse of the Bambino to win their first World Series in what seemed like forever, and they most recently defeated the Cardinals in the 2013 World Series. They have created several iconic moments in World Series history, from Enos Slaughter's mad dash, where he ran from first to home on a double to give the Cardinals the lead in Game 7 of the 1946 World Series. They ended up holding on to that lead to win the series. Or in 2004, when, like I said, the curse of the Bambino was broken. These two are very good rivals in the World Series. Not the best, but very good World Series rivals. Number 3 is the San Francisco Giants versus the New York Yankees. They have played each other an astounding 7 times. That's mind-blowing. And another cool fact is that's not even the highest on the list. It's a bit of a spoiler alert for something that's going to come later on. Just want to, but still 7 times. It's crazy. In 1921 and 1922, the Giants won, but however, each World Series those two played against each other again was won by the Yankees. The Yankees won 1923, 1936, and 37, and 1951 and 1962. But still, the Giants did beat the Yankees in back-to-back World Series, which is a feat in itself. Number 2 is the St. Louis Cardinals versus the New York Yankees. They've played each other 5 times. In their first World Series meeting in 1926, the Cardinals won by their catcher throwing out a runner who was trying to steal a base. And guess who that runner was? It was Babe Ruth. That shows that even some of the greatest players of all time, if not the greatest player of all time, he still made mistakes. That just shows that nobody's perfect, even Babe Ruth. However, the next time they played, 2 years later in 1928, the Yankees swept the series. They next played in 1942. In Stan Musial's rookie year, the Cardinals won. The next year, however, in 1943, the Yankees were able to come out on top, and they last played in the 1964 World Series. It was a 7-game series, a very good series. I sometimes like to watch it, like the highlight packages and stuff, for fun. It was a good series, and the Cardinals ended up winning that series. The reason I put this rivalry ahead of the Giants-Yankees rivalry is because the Cardinals actually have a winning record against the Yankees in World Series play. Now, I'm not saying the Giants and the Yankees rivalry wasn't great, but the Giants were 2-5 in the World Series against the Yankees, whereas the Cardinals were 3-2. I think it's just really impressive to have a winning record against the Yankees in the World Series, and I think for that I did bump up the Cardinals a few places on this list. But they're not my number one. My number one is the Yankees. Again, they do feature a lot. The Yankees versus the Dodgers. They have played each other an astounding, a crazy 11 times. 11! That is just mind-blowing. 11 times. Like, what are the chances of that? Earlier, when I said the Giants and Yankees didn't play each other, the most times on this list, yeah, I was talking about the Yankees versus the Dodgers, because they were the team that played each other the most times on this list. 11 times. That's just crazy. Their first meeting came in 1941, where the Yankees won. However, their rivalry was particularly intense from 1947 to 1956, when they played each other 6 times in that decade. The Yankees won 5 of those 6 World Series. However, the Dodgers were able to come out on top in the 1955 World Series. It was a very iconic moment. It was a thrill for Dodgers fans because they had been shut down by the Yankees for years. They lost in 47, 49, 52, and 53. They finally were able to come out in 1955. However, the next year, in 1956, the Yankees did beat the Dodgers. The next time they met was in 1963, where the Dodgers won, and then met in 2 consecutive World Series in 1977 and 1978. The Yankees won both of those. However, in their last ever World Series meeting in 1981, the Dodgers were able to come out on top. I don't think there really are any other candidates for the best World Series rivalry of all time. This is just definitely the greatest World Series rivalry of all time. It's just that simple. And the crazy thing is, these two teams are stacked right now. I mean, Betts and Bellinger on the Dodgers, and Garrett Cole on the Yankees, Aaron Judge on the Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton. So I'm pretty sure we could, when baseball restarts, the next World Series could be the Yankees versus the Dodgers for the 12th time, which would just be insane. It would be insane. That was the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a happy Memorial Day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!